Welcome back to On The Rise, the latest Canadian men's national team news and player performance breakdowns, as today was a huge day for Canadian football, with two Canadians getting the start in European action, with Alphonso Davies getting the start for Bayern Munich against Manchester United, and Jonathan David getting the start for LOSC Lille in the Europa Conference League. But it wasn't just there, as Ismael Kone got an all-important start for Watford Football Club in the Championship and a match where he had to prove himself, and he certainly did just that. But we're not going to be starting in the Championship, we're going to be starting in the Champions League with my player performance breakdowns, as today was a huge day for Canadian football. Whether on the pitch or off the pitch around Alphonso Davies, there is so much to talk about. But before we jump straight into the player performance breakdowns, of course starting with Alphonso Davies, make sure to drop down in the comments and let me know your guys' thoughts on all three Canadians' performances throughout the day, and especially on Erik Ten Hag's comments around Alphonso Davies. But hit that like button and drop a sub, as we're so close to 200 subs, guys, and we're going to jump straight into things. As this was a very interesting match, whether on the pitch or off the pitch, around Alphonso Davies and Bayern Munich against Manchester United. As Alphonso Davies got the start at left back for FC Bayern Munich today against Manchester United in Germany, where they did manage a 4-3 victory and result, which arguably they didn't deserve. But this was still a very interesting match for Alphonso Davies. He wasn't at his best, he wasn't at his heights, but before the game kicked off very interestingly for all Canadian and Bayern Munich fans, as Manchester United manager Erik Ten Hag, the Dutch manager, had this to say, quote, "Alphonso Davies is not a great defender. Pellistri can match Davies with his dribbling." And for myself, I'm a Manchester United fan, a diehard Manchester United fan, but Erik Ten Hag is smoking some absolute crazy stuff here, and I want whatever he is on, because Alphonso Davies is not a great defender is the most wild football statement and take I have heard in a long time. Alphonso Davies, when he first burst onto the scene, wasn't a great defender, and that is fair. But now, Alphonso Davies is the best left back in world football, and I don't care what anyone says. Andy Robertson ain't up to it anymore to the likes of Alphonso Davies, and you can't make that comparison anymore. And outside of Andrew Robertson, Alphonso Davies is by far the best left back in the world. And you can judge his defending ability, but if you beat him, he's turning that corner and he is beating you to that ball, or he is quickly turning and recovering and winning that ball back. Alphonso Davies is a tank, and he is now built like a brick house. So if you beat him with your dribbling, he is going to beat you with his pace and his physicality. Alphonso Davies is no longer a stick and hasn't been for some time. So whatever Erik Ten Hag is talking about, if Alphonso Davies is not a great defender, I'm absolutely clueless here on what he is trying to bring out and what he's trying to talk about. I understand managers are trying to pick out weak points, but although Pellistri can match Davies with his dribbling, Davies is by far a better defender, by far a better dribbler, and this is coming from a diehard Manchester United fan. So I don't understand what he's trying to get at here. Alphonso Davies is wildly and worldwide talked about as being the best left back in world football, even from American fans, even from my mates in England. And I don't get what Erik Ten Hag was trying to say, because Alphonso Davies is well known as the best left back in world football. And to be the best left back in world football, you still have to have some defending ability. There's a reason Trent Alexander-Arnold is no longer talked about as one of the best right backs in world football, and that's due to his defending ability. Yes, he can go forward. Yes, he can play quick dribbling. Yes, he has a beautiful ball into the box. Yes, his attacking ability is phenomenal. But the reason why Trent is no longer one of the best fullbacks or right backs in world football is due to his defending. The reason why Alphonso Davies is talked about as the best left back in world football is because he has elevated his game and brought his defending to the next level. Although he's phenomenally quick, great dribbler, absolutely built like a brick house now, he is still a phenomenal defender. And no matter who wants to talk about Alphonso Davies being a bad defender, come at me, because he is not a bad defender. There's a reason he's the best left back in the world, and it's not just down to his attacking ability. He is the best left back in the world for his all-around play, so I don't know what Erik Ten Hag was smoking. But there's so much more than just the pre-match from Erik Ten Hag, as Manchester United fell 4-3 to Bayern Munich and Alphonso Davies. Alphonso Davies was put down immediately before the game from Erik ten Hag, and early on, just a couple minutes into the match, Alphonso Davies made a clearance and a tackle to stop a goal for Bayern Munich and stop a goal for Manchester United going ahead early on this match. Although Alphonso Davies didn't have his best match here, having a 6.5 match rating, he still had some phenomenal runs into the box. He had one play where he beat Pellistri, beat Delo, beat Lindelof, and went on a little run and cutting inside and inverting into the pitch, laying it off to Harry Kane and then receiving the ball back and trying to thread a ball through for Harry Kane, but he just couldn't get that ball through. He had some phenomenal runs. Although finishing on a 6.5, Alphonso Davies still played very well, and he still had a very good match. Which, when you let in 3 goals as a defender, it's never going to look pretty. It wasn't an amazing match from Bayern Munich in general, so it's hard to look at, but it was a very good game to watch for a spectator, a very poor match from a Manchester United perspective for myself. But I am just, for this match, the comments of Erik ten Hag took me away and didn't let me focus so much on the match. It made me focus on Alphonso Davies and what he's proven. He's the best left back in the world, and I'm not going to let anyone tell me that Alphonso Davies is not a great defender. And Pellistri, although he got around him once or twice, Alphonso Davies made some phenomenal clearances, and his recovery pace and his all-around game is the best left back in world football. And quickly, guys, we're going to go away from that game because I don't want to keep talking about Erik ten Hag's comments. I want to talk about my favorite performance of the day, and that was not Jonathan David, who was player of the match in his game for LOSC Lille. It was Ismael Kone. Ismael Kone started this match for Watford Football Club in a 2-2 result and a 2-2 draw at home to West Bromwich Albion. Ismael Kone finally got a much-needed and deserved start for Watford in the heart of the midfield in a 4-3-3. But before this match, I tweeted Ismael Kone gets the start for Watford Football Club and has to take hold of this opportunity and has to go out there and prove himself. I've said this time and time again. You look at Stefan Eustáquio, Jonathan David, all of our top players, when they get that chance at the top level, even looking at Kamal Miller with Lionel Messi now, he's had some phenomenal matches. And when you get that chance in a big match or get that start that you really need, he's taking it. Every top player for Canada has done that. You look at Stefan Eustáquio this past week for FC Porto in the Champions League. He finally got a start, finally got to go 90 minutes. I'm not saying he hasn't gotten starts before, but he got to go the full 90 minutes in a huge game for FC Porto away to Shakhtar, and he proved it. I said Ismael Kone had to do this after riding the bench, not getting many starts for Watford this season, and he absolutely took this game by the scruff of the neck and proved it. And this is huge, and this is a statement from Ismael Kone. He went this match the full 90, having an 8.1 match rating, only a 0.1 behind the man of the match in the likes of Ince, who had a goal and assist, so fair play. But Ismael Kone finished this game on an 8.1 match rating, going 90 minutes and playing phenomenally well, creating 2 chances, having 1 big chance missed unfortunately, but also 87 touches. He didn't hide in this game. He didn't hide in the midfield. He took control of the ball. He demanded the ball. He wanted it. He played nice, tidy football. When you have 87 touches as a midfielder, it shows that you've been on the ball, you've created things, you've wanted the ball, you've not shied away, you're not playing hide and seek. As a Manchester United fan, I witnessed Scott McTominay have 20 touches throughout the 90 minutes. So the fact that Ismael Kone has had nearly 90 touches throughout 90 minutes is phenomenal as a 21-year-old footballer. Having 4 out of 5 successful dribbles, going 80%, as well as 8 passes into the final third, hitting 75% of his long balls, but also defensively an absolute unit, winning 10 duels, having 9 recoveries, 5 defensive actions, 2 interceptions, as well as winning 3 fouls. Ismael Kone was a rock on either side of the ball, missing a big chance, creating loads of chances, defensively running this game. Ismael Kone was phenomenal, and this was the match that all Canadians and all of us have been crying out for. Finally getting that start for Watford, albeit a shaky start of the season, being involved in the bench quite a few times, and never getting that start. I've seen hate on him from Watford fans in the comments on the likes of Watford's official Twitter page, saying what does he bring to the game, why are we giving him game time, and this is why you play Ismael Kone. He has proved it today, and he has shown why he deserves to be starting for Watford Football Club week in and week out. Moving on from the English Championship to the early morning game for LOSC Lille. I didn't even know this game started off that early, but Jonathan David finished off as the player of the match in this one, as LOSC Lille went to take on a 2-0 victory and a 2-0 win through a Jonathan David penalty that ended up being the winner in the 43rd minute. Having an 8.7 match rating, Jonathan David was phenomenal once again, not just scoring goals, but also creating and getting involved in the final third, and his team actually got him the ball, which for LOSC Lille is a wild statement. This is a side that I thought he had to leave. He wasn't getting touches, he wasn't getting chances created for him, but this game, Jonathan David had an abundance of chances, having 46 touches, but also missing 2 big chances where he arguably could have had a hat-trick this game, definitely should have had 2. Jonathan David finally got some chances, finally got the ball, as he is expected in this game, having 7 shots. He finished on an expected goals of 2.03. So that shows how he definitely should have had at least 2 goals this match. But the fact I'm taking out of this game is not that he scored. It is the amount of touches he had with 46 and the chances he got. Because this LOSC Lille side, I was worried at him staying. The fact that he's not going to get the ball much, the fact he hasn't gotten much creativity behind him. But to me, Haraldson looked great this game, which I haven't been able to say about him much this season. And Carvalho and Zagova leave a lot to be desired, in my opinion. But once you saw the likes of Yazici came onto the pitch, he looked very good. But for me, Jonathan David, the biggest thing to take out of this game is the chances he missed. And that's not a bad thing. He definitely should be scoring, but the fact that he's getting big chances is huge. I was mostly worried for this side not creating chances, not finding Jonathan David, but he's getting 46 touches throughout the 90. He's missing 2 big chances and still scoring a penalty. This is our Jonathan David, and this is the guy that they got to keep creating chances for. Albeit against Olimpija, a smaller side within Europe, it's still a great thing to see on LOSC Lille creating chances for Jonathan David. But guys, those were our 3 Canadians who took to the pitch right now. I'm currently watching on my phone. That is why I got earbutted right now. Inter Miami against Toronto FC. And we also have CF Montreal. We have Zach McGraw for Portland. We have so many Canadians in the MLS as well. Tune into those guys tonight, guys. And there is so much action within Canadian football. Guys, let me know what you guys think down below in the comment section about our Canadians in action. Drop a comment down below, and if you guys are back enjoying the player performance breakdowns for Academy T players and your thoughts on our 3 players in action, especially Erik and Hog's comments. I really want to hear what you guys have to think. Hit that sub button. We're so close to 200, and let's try and push for 10 likes this video, guys. See you guys for the next one. Peace.